Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sydney. If you are new here, so today I'm going to talk about Hooters, my experience, the application process, and just answer some questions that you guys have and provide some insight on how it is like working there. And if you're anything like me, I've never set foot in a Hooters until I actually went to go apply there. So a lot of people don't know what it's like at Hooters, so I'm just here to give my experience and kind of tell you guys what it's all about. It would mean so much to me if you guys subscribe to my channel, because I not only post about Hooters, I post a lot of good content and bring value to my channel about my online business and about health and fitness and everything like that. So I kind of do a lot of different things on my channel, so it would mean so much to me if you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Let me just get straight into the video. I have a list of questions that I want to go over, and then I'll kind of talk about a few other things as well. So the first question that I have is if I like the Hooters uniform. So we do have to wear a nude bra with the white top and a black bra with the black top, and our shorts, we wear pantyhose, which are like undergarment tights, and we have to wear white socks and white Skechers by Hooters. Like, they can't just be any white socks and they can't just be any white Skechers. We do have to purchase the shoes for 40 bucks in order to work, and we get 2 uniforms of each color for free when we first start. So if we forget something, we do have to buy it. It's super cheap though, and you make the money back anyways. But do I like the uniform? I actually do like them. They're very cute, they're flattering, and I feel like, you know, I feel confident when I wear the uniform. And I'm not just saying that because I feel like the pantyhose, as annoying as they are and as many times as I rip them, they keep everything together. But yes, I do like the uniform. A lot of the girls I work with like the black uniforms better. I honestly don't have a preference. I like the white one. It makes me look a little tanner, but the black one's also cute. But you know, I like the white because it's more like traditional Hooters. My next question I have, which is funny because I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, Hooters, you have to have boobs. I thought that, like, you know, they measure it by, like, you stand up against the wall, and if your boobs touch before your nose, then, you know, you can work there. But you do not need to have big boobs to work at Hooters. So I actually don't really have much. I just wear a bombshell bra and scoop my boobs to make them look a little bit nicer. You do need to wear bras, so as long as you got a bra on, you can work there. They're not super picky with the boob size. It's more about how you look all together and if you're put together as a whole. The next question is, what is the application process like? So basically, the first time I ever stepped foot in a Hooters was when I went to apply there, and I wore jeans, a fitted top. I had some extensions in when I had shorter hair, and I wore a pretty natural makeup. I forget what shoes I was wearing, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you wear something fitted, your hair is done, and you have some makeup on. I filled out a flyer, and then they kind of asked me some questions on the spot, like why I would want to work there, what made me apply, what do you think like good service would be, if, you know, something happens with the table, how would you fix it, just like basic questions. The interview lasted like 10-15 minutes. We just had casual conversation. They just kind of wanted to see what type of personality I had, if I was like outgoing, fun, whatever. And then after we did the interview portion, they took a picture of me, which I was like confused about, but it's just so that when they're reviewing applications, they can put a face to the name when they're deciding who they want to hire. And when you apply at Hooters, you're not really applying for a job. It's more of an audition for a role, because a Hooters girl, yes, it's a job, but we do have a specific role we have to play. It's just like when you're auditioning to play a part, they only cast people who fit that part. So it's the same thing with Hooters. So that's kind of what the application process is like. You kind of just go in, apply, then they get scheduled an interview with you. You either do the interview there or you go back for the interview. And then it took about a week for them to call me back and tell me about the job, and I was really excited. I wasn't that nervous because I knew that there was a training portion, because you train for 4 days before you actually go on and work the floor on your own. So you have to like learn the menu, learn the drinks, learn how to greet tables, because there's a specific method in the way that we greet tables, and like how we check in with our customers and our guests, and the marketing of it and stuff like that. So a lot goes into the Hooter girl. It's not just a pretty face and wings. It's a little more than that, and there's like a little method to the madness. So it's really cool learning everything. The girls that I met there are really nice. They're not really catty or anything. Obviously everybody has drama here and there, but for the most part, like, I've met some really amazing girls. I met my best friend there, and now we're super close. And I really like the girls who work there. I don't really have a problem with any of them. Like, sometimes, you know, you don't mesh with certain personalities, but it is what it is, and that's what it is, like, everywhere. So if you think that, like, oh, Hooters girls are bitchy, it really just depends on your location and the type of person that they are, because my experience with everybody has been pretty good. The next question is, how much money do you make on an average shift? So when I was in school, I was working like just the weekends. I was doing Saturday doubles, and those shifts I made anywhere from like $200 to $600. And even on like really good days, like if it was super busy or like we were a little understaffed and I had more tables than usual, I'd make like $700 to $900. So it's crazy. And then a morning shift or like a night shift, not like a full day, you can make anywhere from like $100 to like $400 depending on how busy it is. But it really depends, like the types of customers you get, the type of day it is, if there's an event or a game going on, like, you know, how busy it is. It really all depends, but you never really walk away with under $100. What is the restaurant environment like? So yeah, me going there, I didn't really know how it was gonna be, but when I got in there, I was like, okay, this is like any other restaurant. There's families there, there's guys there, there's women there, you know, there's every type of person that you could think of goes to Hooters just like any other restaurant, except the waitresses are dressed a little bit differently. That's really the only thing. It's a sports bar. You know, there's a lot of TVs on with games and stuff like that. It's pretty loud. There's music. So it's a fun environment. It's supposed to make you feel welcome and stuff like that. The next question I have is, how has Hooters been since the pandemic? So I actually took... I go there like every few months because I started working from my phone. I'm doing an online business with network marketing, so I have been focusing my time there and not really going to Hooters that much. I actually don't even get scheduled there. I just pick up shifts. Like, I'm still on the schedule, I just don't get scheduled, but I am still allowed to pick up shifts because they know what I've been doing. They know that, like, you know, I'm making money from my phone now, so they're kind of lenient with it, which is really cool. Actually, they don't really give me a hard time about scheduling or not, because they do have enough girls to schedule, and so when someone puts a shift up, I'll be like, okay, I'll just take it, some extra money. Anyways, so what was the question? Oh, so during the pandemic, I started working because I didn't start my online business until July. So we opened up locations before that, and I worked a few shifts, and it was all outdoors, so it was really hot, and it was really far from the kitchen, so it got a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but for the most part it was pretty good. Business was always good at our location. Of course, it depends which location you're looking at, where it is, whatever, on how like much traffic is coming in. But like, our location did pretty good throughout the pandemic. My manager told us that our sales were like matching the sales that we produced last year, which is good because like last year COVID wasn't a thing. There wasn't a restriction on how many guests we could have in the restaurant. So the fact that we're matching the amount of sales that we produced last year is like really amazing. So we didn't really get affected that much during COVID. And the next question is, have you ever been touched inappropriately without consent at Hooters? I've never been like inappropriately touched, which is like really good because I know some girls who have been. But if that happens, or if someone's just getting loud, if a guy's too drunk and he can't handle himself, the managers will come and kick him out and make sure that that person doesn't come back again. We do have good managers who take care of people like that, and when people are being inappropriate, they're definitely handled and not allowed to come back in the restaurant. So if that does happen, you know, they just get kicked out. My next question is, how did your family react to you working at Hooters? So my like I've always been an independent person, so when I told them like I wanted to apply at Hooters, they were like, oh, like they were concerned. Like my mom was like, oh my god, like you shouldn't do that. And then I was like, let me just see how it is, like I just want to see what it's like. And they were like, okay, yeah, whatever. So I did it, whatever. And then I told them that it was actually fun. Like the girls were nice, you know, it was a fun environment. Like families come in, my family sometimes visits me too, so I told them that it wasn't really like, you know, what you thought it was. Obviously, you know, we wear revealing things, but you know, you just have to be confident with what you're wearing, and you have to be comfortable with being stared at all day long. But they've always known me as someone who is very independent, so they kind of just let me do my thing and didn't really stereotype it or stop me from doing it. They kind of just like let me do it and kind of feel it out for myself. And then when I came home with $500, they were like, damn sis, you go. Those are the questions that I had for today's video. If you have any other questions, I'll definitely make another video, but comment them down below, or you can DM me on Instagram and I'll try to get to every single question, or I can also, you know, answer your question privately. So I hope this helped you guys figure out if you want to work there or not. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.